personal preparedness and insurance. No one wants to think that a disaster is going to happen to them, their family, or community. But disasters do happen, and thousands of Indigenous people are evacuated every year, often with little warning, such as when the tornado struck the Long Plain First Nation in 2016.
We had no time. We had no time. We just had time to. I had my purse by my side and all my documents there, because I'm a child of family services. I have all my documents all the time in my purse. So I grabbed my purse and I grabbed the kids, some of the clothes, and you just left. So there was no time at all to do anything.
And similarly, when the Eskazoni First Nation was hit by a flood in 2016.
At first, they weren't fully aware of what was going on, because even myself, I truly didn't understand the potential of what it could turn into. People were home cooking their Thanksgiving Day dinner. It was a vacation day for employees. The kids were all home, luckily, and they just thought it was just heavy rainfall.
When a disaster does happen, uncertainty leads to greater stress and fear for one's safety.
What scared me the most is in a evacuation, whether it would be a forest fire to a chemical, anything that may happen from the train or a flood or anything like that, is to know if I'm going to be safe enough.
First Nations communities are already thinking about evacuation, including their pets.
The most difficult thing for me was leaving my dog and my cat. Like, we didn't want to give them up because they said it wasn't temporarily, that they'd be gone for good, that they'd place them in homes for good and that we wouldn't get them back.
There are many things that households can do.
One thing people need is having a grab-and-go bag. A grab-and-go bag will, with their essential needs that they would definitely need if they had to highball and evacuate their home or evacuate their town, then their essentials are with them. Mm-hmm. In terms of medicines, Tylenol, something like that, an extra pair of shoes. One thing I found, and I have learned, that to put in my grab-and-go bag is undergarments, socks, an extra set of clothes in case I need it right away. I don't know what the weather conditions are going to be from evacuating, and having these things put in large Ziploc baggies. Also to include in that would to have an updated contact list and pictures of family members, etc.
And something else that can be important to think about.
Have a box or something for your status card, medical numbers, because when you go to Winnipeg, they wanted your medical number, and you don't have nothing. You don't, they didn't have their status cards, because they just went like that, left like that, and they wouldn't give us any service unless we had those medical numbers. And we didn't have, a lot of them didn't have them, and a lot of kids were sick. A lot of them, got the elders too, and they wanted those medical numbers, they wanted medical cards, if you could keep them safe in a package. And also your prescriptions. A lot of them are diabetic, and you're going to go to a doctor someplace in Winnipeg, and you tell them you're diabetic. Prove it. And how can you prove it? They wouldn't give you. You don't have your medical, you don't have your status, and what do?
Places of refuge, effective communication systems, and disaster education are important.
The message or advice I would give them is, what we didn't have here on our own res, like to get shelters, get ready and listen to the radio, because they have the updates here of what the weather, the storm. That's what I missed out last time. I didn't have no radio on, but I knew it was coming. I guess there was a beep on the radio and warning, but I did not have the radio on, like I said, so. Just to get ready to have shelters and storm shelters, which is what I think is gonna happen in the reserve, unless either they're going to help us or we got to get our own. Because this, you never know when it's going to happen again.
When possible, households could consider insurance coverage.
I don't have contents insurance. I have a lot of assets that I know I need to look after. And if my home was ever to burn down, I would lose everything. But the band will have insurance on the house. But they need to get us to learn about how it contents insurance is. Give us that option.
Planning ahead can pay off.
I always tell my children, whatever goes wrong in the house, we have a meeting place, and that's where everybody meets. And so that's what we did. That's what we did when we evacuated. Everybody went to we had a meeting place at the end of my mother's driveway, and that's where we all met. And then my sister Georgina came and got us, sometimes you're just not prepared for things like that, so you just gotta, do what you can.
So it is important to be as prepared as possible.
I'm prepared, even still today, I have my little suitcase, my kids' clothes, our clothes, and little stuff in there for my children. So just in case anything ever happens like this again, I'm prepared. I think everybody has to be prepared. It doesn't matter if it's forest fire or flooding, you always have to be prepared.
Hoka